The unusual tip. It was a Friday night at Louie's Tavern, and the bar was packed. People were laughing, music was playing, and the drinks were flowing. At the corner of the bar sat Carl, a regular who was known for his quirky sense of humor. "Hey, Louie," Carl shouted to the bartender. "I bet you've never seen a tip like this before." Louie, who had seen everything from weird pickup lines to people dancing on tables, was unimpressed. "Surprise me, Carl." Carl grinned, reached into his jacket, and pulled out a potato. Louie stared at it. "Carl, that's a potato." "Not just any potato," Carl said, dramatically raising it to eye level. "This is a lucky potato. Keep it behind the bar, and I guarantee your tips will double." Louie rolled his eyes. "Carl, I run a bar, not a farmer's market." But Carl was persistent. "Trust me, every time I brought a lucky potato to a place, great things happen. Just keep it for the night, and if nothing happens, I'll buy everyone in here a round." The crowd at the bar was now watching, amused by the situation. Louie sighed, took the potato, and tossed it behind the counter. "Fine. But if this is some kind of weird potato scam, Carl, you're paying double for your drinks." Carl simply winked. About an hour later, something strange happened. A group of tourists walked in, clearly lost but in good spirits. They ordered drinks, lots of drinks. Before leaving, they tipped Louie more than triple the amount of their bill. "See?" Carl exclaimed. "The potato works." Louie was speechless, staring at the pile of cash. "It's just a coincidence, Carl. A weird, lucky coincidence." Carl leaned in closer, smirking. "Or maybe it's the power of the potato." The rest of the night, people at the bar couldn't stop joking about the lucky potato. Even the regulars started tossing small tips into the potato jar for fun. By closing time, Louie had made the best night of tips in years. As he wiped down the bar, he glanced at the potato sitting innocently on the shelf. "All right, Carl," Louie muttered. "You win, but I swear, if I end up with a sack of these things tomorrow, I'm banning you for life." Carl, from across the room, simply raised his glass and said, "To the power of the potato." The mystery of the green shot. It was a slow night at the Drunken Goose, and the bartender, Katie, was experimenting with some new drink recipes behind the bar. In the middle of her creations, a guy named Mike walked in. He was one of those friends who always loved trying the weirdest thing on the menu. "Hey, Katie!" Mike shouted. "What kind of weird stuff you got tonight? Hit me with your best shot." Katie grinned, never one to back down from a challenge. She reached behind the bar and grabbed a few odd ingredients: lime, some mystery liqueur that had been gathering dust, a splash of hot sauce, and something that suspiciously looked like pickle juice. She shook it all together and poured it into a shot glass. The liquid glowed an unnatural shade of green. Mike raised an eyebrow. "What's that?" Katie shrugged. "I don't know, but I call it the swamp monster." Without hesitation, Mike lifted the glass. "Cheers to bad decisions!" He downed the shot in one gulp. For a moment, nothing happened. Then Mike's face went through a rapid transformation of confusion, regret, and finally, what could only be described as internal screaming. "Oh, God, what is that? Is it spicy? Is it sour? Why does it taste like pickles and regret?" Mike coughed, grabbing for a glass of water. Katie was cracking up, tears in her eyes from laughing so hard. "I have no idea what I just made. But hey, you asked for weird." "Yeah, but I didn't ask for a taste of the underworld." Mike gasped, still trying to recover. "My stomach's gonna sue you." By this time, a small crowd had gathered, everyone curious about Mike's reaction. One guy down the bar raised his hand. "I'll take a swamp monster." Mike turned to him with a look of pure horror. "Don't do it, man. You'll see things. Weird things." But the guy shrugged. "I live for weird things." Katie smirked, already mixing another swamp monster. Soon the bar was filled with brave souls daring each other to take the glowing green shot, each one reacting with exaggerated disgust and laughter. By the end of the night, the swamp monster had gained legendary status. It tasted terrible, but it was a rite of passage. Katie had even written it on the specials board with a warning, "Drink at your own risk." As the bar was closing, Mike leaned against the counter, still shaking his head. "You know what, Katie? You could sell that drink to horror movie fans. But for normal humans? Maybe stick to cider." Katie winked. "What, you don't want another?" Mike pretended to shudder. "I think I'll have nightmares about pickles now, thanks." The Karaoke King. It was karaoke night at McGinty's, and the bar was packed with eager and not-so-eager singers. Among the crowd was a man named Dave, known for two things: his love of karaoke and his absolute inability to sing. Dave stepped up to the stage, already holding a pint of cider in one hand and the microphone in the other. "I'm dedicating this one to all the cider drinkers out there," Dave announced to the crowd, slurring his words slightly. The crowd cheered, half of them clearly there just to witness the spectacle of Dave's performance. The intro to Bohemian Rhapsody started playing, and Dave, brimming with confidence, dove right in. "Is this the real life? Is this just Fanta? Fanta? Oh, crap." Dave fumbled the lyrics right off the bat. The crowd erupted into laughter, but Dave wasn't fazed. He leaned into the microphone, determined. "I meant to do that. It's part of my artistic style." As he continued, his voice hit notes that no human ears were prepared for. Dogs in the vicinity may have winced. But Dave had one thing going for him. He was giving it his all. At the dramatic part of the song, Dave lifted his pint and shouted, "Scaramouche! Scaramouche! Do you want some more cider, too?" and chugged his drink mid-song. The audience was in hysterics, shouting requests for him to go even higher. By the time he reached the epic guitar solo, he was air guitaring so passionately that he knocked over a bar stool. Not missing a beat, he shouted into the mic, "That's rock and roll, baby!" As Dave butchered the last note of the song, the crowd gave him a standing ovation. Not because it was good, oh no, but because no one had ever seen someone so confidently bad at karaoke. Dave, with a satisfied grin, took a bow and staggered back to the bar. "You see that?" "Nailed it," he said, plopping back onto a stool. His friend shook his head, laughing. "Yeah, man, you killed something. Probably everyone's eardrums." Dave shrugged, sipping his cider. "Hey, you don't have to sing well. You just have to sing loud. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment for more exciting stories like this. Let us know what topics you'd like to see next on the channel. Thanks for watching.